All right, recording. We are going to hope that this works. First time recording on OBS. Very exciting. I've got the wonderful Dr. Rich Shea here.
Wow.
All right, so this is going to be Survival Welder versus Blue-White Control. And I'm excited about this matchup because I think these are two very interesting decks. There's a lot of decisions to make, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. All right, Rich, you have 6 piles. I usually say middle on top, but I can't do that here. Which one is 1 and which one is 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
You can put 5 on top. And
for those watching at home, I always advocate for 6 piles, not 3, because you get twice the number of piles, and you can use a D6.
okay, let's do Rich Shea's way.
Let's start with 3 and then split them in half. It'll take you less than a second.
Okay, all right. Boom, boom, boom. All right, this will be 1, and then this will be 6. What would you like?
1.
You want 1 on top?
1 on top.
Do you care what pile it goes onto?
I do not.
Okay, I'm gonna randomly stack them like this. Okay. I'm also gonna get Excel up. I usually have been keeping track of my life through Excel, so
Using a Microsoft product makes you feel better. I'm not here to tell you otherwise.
okay. We also need to roll. Rich, if you would like to roll, I will roll a.
How about a game?
Oh, you want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Always.
Okay. Let me just merge this.
Pick one for you and then pick one for me.
Okay.
I think it is much less susceptible to anything untoward.
Okay. All right. Cool. I guess I could have done that in a different window, so we'll just move this over here. All right. Middle one for me.
All right. You get rock lobster. Do I get 1 or 3?
Yours is going to be number 3.
3. Scissors, which are crushed by rock.
Okay.
All right, I've been defeated.
All right. I will take the play. You as well, Rich. All right, so I will be on the play. Cool. I will keep this.
I will keep.
I am gonna play a Wooded Foothills and pass.
Draw. Tower and pass with 7.
Okay, draw. I'll fetch. Go to 19. I guess a good thing to do would be just to do the app. Let's just do the app. That way, it's better for the video. Let's do your way again. So we'll go 6 piles again.
6 is just for the beginning. 3 is good. I mean, you can just cut however you like during the match. That's fine.
Okay, sounds good. I'll usually do middle on top. Okay, let's do some life here. Track. New game. Yes, start match. Okay, so I'm going to be on 19. That is viewable here. Okay, cool.
My screen is showing spotlight in whereby for some reason.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. But that exact location on your screen is covered by something that whereby is creating. Wait a minute. Okay, that's good now.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
Okay. I am going to play a Survival of the Fittest.
That resolves.
I will pass to you.
Untap. Draw. Play an island and pass with 7.
Okay. Draw. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna activate survival. I'm gonna discard anger. I'm gonna go and I'm going to find a Goblin Welder. Oops, that's a Goblin Sharpshooter. I want a Goblin Welder.
All right.
And then I'm going to cast a Goblin Welder.
Sure.
And I will pass the turn to you.
Swords.
Okay, it's swords. I'm going back up to 20.
Draw. Island and pass with 6.
Okay. Draw. Activate survival, discarding Thopter Squadron.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get another Goblin Welder. Yeah, I'll get another Goblin Welder. Okay, I'm going to before I play this Goblin Welder, I'm going to play a Shield Sphere.
Shield Sphere is okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to play a Goblin Welder.
Counter.
Sure. Welder is countered. I will pass with 4.
Play a factory and pass with 5.
Okay. Draw. Play Birds of Paradise.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play Goblin Welder.
That one resolves.
Okay, Welder is going to swap Shield Sphere with Thopter Squadron.
Yes.
Okay. Thopter Squadron has some counters. And go to attacks.
Yes.
Okay, attack for 3.
It's a 3/3 flyer, right?
Correct.
All right, 17.
Okay, and I will pass with 3 cards.
I have to look up Thopter Squadron.
Sure.
I can't see your cards on account of the glare.
I can see that. Let's see.
Maybe if you moved them closer to you.
Yeah, let's try to move these a little bit closer. There you go. That's much better. Yeah, cool.
All right, now I'm going to consult your list again. I will swords your Thopter.
Okay, it's swords. I'm going to go up to 23.
And pass turn.
Okay, end step, I'm going to activate survival. I'm going to discard Goblin Sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm going to go get a Squee Goblin Nabob. Okay, you have 5 cards?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, Squee in hand, untap. Draw a card. Oh, I'm throwing cards on the ground. Let's not do that. Where are you? Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna survival Squee away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a Quirion Ranger. Okay, Quirion Ranger's in hand. Play Birds of Paradise.
Yes.
Okay, birds, tap, play Quirion Ranger.
Sure.
Okay. Quirion Ranger is going to return this forest and untap this Birds of Paradise.
Yes.
Okay, play forest. So I'm going to note that I have used Quirion Ranger. I'm going to play Tsabo's Web.
That resolves.
Okay, trigger, draw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'll pass the turn to you.
Untap. Draw. Adarkar Wastes, pass with 5.
Okay. Upkeep, get Squee back. Draw for my turn. Okay. Activate survival, discarding Squee.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go get. Where are you? I'm gonna go get a Triskelion. And then I'm going to discard Triskelion and go find another shield sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, shield sphere in hand. Okay, I'm gonna play shield sphere.
That cards in hand?
I have 3 cards in hand right now. And I don't think you know any of them.
I don't.
That might make the glare a little bit better, putting the lamp over this way.
Okay, yeah, Shield Sphere is good.
Okay, Shield Sphere is in. I'm going to Welder Shield Sphere for Triskelion.
Yes, that resolves.
Okay. Triskelion has 3 counters. I'm going to go to... Let's get this back onto 3. I'm going to go to attacks.
Yes.
I'm going to attack with Triskelion.
We'll cycle Decree of Justice and pay 1 to make a token.
That is fine.
Draw.
Yep. Before blocks, I'm going to shoot your token.
No, then he will not block. All right, I will take
3.
I'll take 3 and go to 14.
Okay. Second main. I am going to... let's see. What's the best way to do this? You have 5 cards in hand now?
5 cards.
Okay. I'm going to play a forest. I'm going to tap Mountain and Birds of Paradise, and I'm going to play a Winter Orb.
That resolves.
Okay. I will pass. Forest is in play, 1 card in hand. Go ahead.
Untap Coastal Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Draw. Play another island and pass with 5.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to untap? Okay, I'm gonna untap a forest. Squee comes back. And I will draw. Okay, discard Squee. I'm gonna do it with the birds actually. I'll discard Squee. Any responses?
No.
Okay.
That resolves.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a Triskelion. And then I'm gonna discard Triskelion. And I am going to go get I guess I'm going to get Llanowar Elves. Okay. I'm going to play a Llanowar Elves.
Yep, that resolves.
Okay. I would like to weld my Tsabo's web for a Triskelion.
Yes.
Okay. I have a second Triskelion now. And I'm gonna go to attacks.
Yes.
I'm going to attack with both Triskelions and the Quirion Ranger.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay, you take 8.
Okay.
You go to 6.
That's 6.
I'm going to return this forest to untap this Goblin Welder.
Yes.
I'm going to play a forest. Okay, I'm gonna pass to you.
Okay, I'll untap 1 land. Draw. You got me.
Okay.
Yes.
Winter Orb, doing work.
It's certainly a card.
It's certainly a card. Somebody who gets destroyed by that card on Enchantress all the time. It felt dirty to be on the other side of it, not gonna lie. But, okay.
You could be doing that now.
Yeah, so postboard gets interesting. Okay. Got some interesting stuff that you could bring in. I also have a bunch of interesting stuff I could bring in. So this will be interesting to see how this goes. Okay, let's change this, reset.
This is a tough one.
It's tough for me too, bud. There's a lot of good stuff that you could be bringing in. A lot of good stuff you could be bringing in. Okay. You did make quick work of the first couple of welders, at least. That was pretty good.
The first 2 I could handle. The third one, not so much.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I can just pause this while we sideboard. All right, unpausing. We have sideboarded. Hopefully this will be an interesting match. Interesting game, rather.
I'll give you 2.
Oh, yeah, the middle one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do the middle one as well.
Sure.
All right.
Sure, I'm gonna mulligan.
Okay, I am also gonna mulligan. I think there's some interesting sideboard cards that each of us have for each other. It'll be interesting to kind of see how this lines up.
Interesting match, definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of decisions to make on both of our sides.
All right, 1 through 6.
You can do 2 on top.
You as well.
Okay.
I'll keep.
Okay. I will also keep. Good luck.
Good luck. Flooded Strand, pass.
Okay. I'm gonna play Birds of Paradise off of a forest.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yes. Your turn.
Draw. Okay. Play Wooded Foothills. I'm gonna fetch.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to 19. Guess I'll just get a mountain now. And I'm gonna attempt to cast Tsabo's Web.
It resolves.
Okay. 1, 2, or 3.
2. Middle one's fine.
Okay,
Middle one's...
we'll just do middle on top. Okay. Tsabo's Web, trigger, draw. Okay, I will pass with 5 cards.
Fetch.
Yeah. You are at 19.
And 1, 2, or 3.
You can just do middle on top always.
All right. I will impulse on your end step.
Okay, I have a response. I'm gonna Pyroblast your impulse.
All right.
Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. Pass with 5.
Okay. Felt like that was an important impulse for you. Play a Karplusan Forest and I'm gonna play a Goblin Sharpshooter.
That resolves.
Okay. I will pass to you.
Play a land and pass with 5.
Okay. Draw. Play a Goblin Welder.
Welder resolves.
Go ahead.
You have
3
no
cards.
artifact in the graveyard, right?
That is correct. 3 cards.
Play a Seal of Cleansing,
Sure.
and I will pass.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Draw. Play a Quirion Ranger.
That resolves.
Okay. I'm going to float a mana with Birds of Paradise.
Yes.
I'm going to return this forest to untap this
I will
birds.
put on response.
You're going to swords the birds?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. So this is gone. You have 3 cards right now?
Yes.
Okay. Replay forest. So I have the mana floating from birds. I don't think it's gonna matter. I guess I can. I'm just gonna do nothing with it. That's fine. I'm gonna go to attacks and I'll attack you for 1 with Welder.
18.
Okay, you're at 18. Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. I'll pass with 4.
Okay. Draw. Go to attacks.
All right.
Attack with Welder and Ranger.
I will go to 16.
I'm going to play a Squee Goblin Nabob.
That resolves.
Alright, Nabob is in. Go ahead.
I will AK for 1.
Okay, sounds good.
Untap.
Mm-hmm.
Draw.
Mm-hmm.
Play Tide.
Sure.
I'll target my Dust Bowl.
Okay.
I will target my planes.
Sure.
I will target your 3 land, hold priority, and seal my tide.
Okay, I'm going to return my forest to untap this Goblin Welder.
Mm-hmm.
These lands are gone.
All right. And pass turn with 3 cards.
Okay. Draw. Play a forest. Go to attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Attack for 3.
I'll swords your Dryad.
Okay. I go
I'll
to...
go to 14.
Yeah, you go down to 14. Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. Play an island, and I'll play a seal. And pass.
Draw. Play Karplusan Forest. And go to attacks.
Sure.
Attack you for 2.
I will Dusk Bowl your Karplusan Forest.
Thinking. I guess I'm just gonna naturalize your seal now.
I'll target your web.
That's fine. Okay, you take 2, go to 12?
Now 12.
Okay. Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. Play Adarkar Wastes. Play a Tormod's Crypt. Pass with no cards.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Play a Wooded Foothills. Attack for 2.
And a 10.
Okay, go ahead.
Pass with 1.
Untap. Draw. Attack for 2.
I'm an 8.
Okay, I'm gonna play a forest. I'll fetch.
Yes.
Let's see. You have 1 card in hand?
1 card.
Okay. I'm gonna get a mountain. So I'm gonna go to 19. And okay, middle on. Oop, almost threw my cards on the ground again. Thankfully we didn't do that. Okay. Post combat, I am going to play a face down creature.
That resolves.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw. Play plains and pass.
Untap. Draw. I'm going to play a Shield Sphere.
That resolves.
Okay, Shield Sphere is in. I'm going to attack, go to attack step.
Yes.
Attack with Squee and the face down creature.
No blocks.
Okay, before damage, I'm going to flip Nantuko Vigilante. Trigger.
I will crypt you in response.
Okay, in response to the crypt, I'm going to weld Shield Sphere for Tsabo's Web.
Yes.
Okay, Tsabo's Web comes in, trigger. Draw a card.
4 and go to 4.
Okay. You go to 4, and I'm going to pass with 3.
You got me.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow. You flooded out real hard, Rich. I'm very unfortunate.
It happens.
Close. I mean, I felt like any wrath off the top, and I'm in major trouble. I went in on the Squee that one turn thinking you might have a Tide, and if you draw land and Tide, you can take my lands away, but I wanted to try to get some pressure in. And of course, you had it immediately, and if I had held up the mana, I could have naturalized the seal in response, and I could have at least saved some of my lands, but I took a risk, and, maybe that was a risky.
You played it well.
Yeah, I think that was kind of maybe potentially too risky. But, the Squee ended up dealing a lot of damage, so... Yeah, I'll show you how I boarded. I actually didn't see. I did see the Naturalize and the Pyroblast. Let's see.
I kept a hand with web and with a webbable land, the Dust Bowl, and a fetch land. Not getting that impulse to find a white source, I think, put me off track. That was a very good play to red blast it.
Yeah, I basically figured if I play the web and you mana leak it, I can blast it and then your land is tapped down. And then if you don't counter it and you impulse, then it's still tapped down. So yeah, the card that I was afraid of most was Humility. I did bring in 2 Naturalize. There's a problem with overboarding here too, where like I don't want to take out too much. I don't want to really play the control role with you because you're just going to be better at that than I will be, I think. So I brought in 2 Naturalize, 2 Blast, Collar of the Claw for Wrath, obviously. I took out the Tusker, a Masticore, the Squadron, and 2 Wall of Roots, and I think that was okay. I wanted to bring in the other Naturalizes. I wanted to bring in the 2 Blood Moons. I wanted to bring in Xantid Swarm, but there was just too many cards that I wanted to bring in, and I think if you bring too many cards in, you can kind of dilute like the main plan of the deck. So
Right.
I tried to just kind of find a happy medium.
I think that makes sense. I'm trying to remember what the last card I run in against you was. The last card I cut against you was. What was that?
Yeah, this was a match that I was a bit nervous about, to be honest, because you can go pretty big, and game 1 things kind of just fell into line with the Winter Orb and everything, and
Oh, of course, the second Wrath.
oh yeah, right, second Wrath, that makes total sense.
The match felt very much dependent on exactly what you had, but your draws lined up very well against mine.
Yeah, I figured you'd bring the 2 Wraths in. Let's see, what was the other card? I figured you would bring in the Crypt. That makes total sense. Interesting that you cut the mana leaks and the counter spell. I think 2 Annuls is good. I also was considering maybe that you would bring in some Blue Blasts. But again, I feel like there's so many cards that you can take in and out that you have to kind of like...
Yeah,
They become situational.
On these. I think that mana leaks get worse not only because your deck generates a lot of mana, but counters in general are going to get worse once you get Xantid Swarm going. And I also cut 1 counter spell because I don't always have 2 blue available on my second turn.
Yeah.
I did that game. And I mostly just want to stop survival.
Yes.
So I trimmed some counters because of Swarm and Red Blast, and these get worse in the face of that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm winning that fight, and Winter Orb makes it significantly worse, so I was happy to go to 2 of them.
Yeah, and I actually considered taking out the Sharpshooter, but considering you've got,
No,
factories...
no, I can leave it.
Yeah, I definitely left it in because I was like, well, that second game, I just left the Sharpshooter untapped, obviously, just to, like, protect my little 1/1 guys from getting ambushed by soldiers, right? So...
Definitely. Yeah, you played that well, and my hand did not come together because you countered the impulse. That was a very good play.
Yeah, countering the impulse felt important. When you untapped and passed and missed a land drop, I was like, oh, okay, this worked. But then you ended up drawing into lands, but then you drew into too many lands.
Too many lands.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah,
it just sort of it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Which happens.
Yeah, that was yeah, I think you got a bit unlucky, and then I think I had some really good draws game 1. My planned game 2 was a little derpy. I think it was just playing little dorks and attacking, and I think I needed you to miss for that to work.
And I did. I mean, it's a solid plan. It worked nicely, and you played it well.
Well, thanks, Rich. I It's always a little nervous playing against you because you play your decks well, and you know
I
you're.
appreciate it. You played very well. You
Thanks.
played very well and earned the win.
Thank you,
Well
sir.
done.
I thank you for that. Yeah, this was interesting. I think if we played 20 matches, a lot of them would be very different. If you were to analyze this matchup, they can go a lot of different ways. I think so.
I agree with that, but I think these were two good games, and they certainly fell within what this game could turn into, and I can't really complain about any of that.
All right. Well, Rich, thank you so much for making time tonight and helping me with my sound recording tests and everything. Hopefully this recording turned out pretty good. I will catch you for the next one.
Sounds good. Have a good night. Yes.
Thanks, Rich.